Hey everyone, Brendan here. I got a question this morning that is pretty massive, so I figured rather than respond to it, I'm going to actually make a video about it, and then this will help other people that have very similar questions. So, what was the question you may be asking? On a completely different topic, I'm working on a project that I'd like to make a Kickstarter and then an ongoing Patreon subscription. Do you have any insights that I should watch out for? Things you wish you knew before your Kickstarter? Where did you get your graphics? I'm about to commission a cartographer. Do you have any insight on this? Thank you for any information you can provide. So, this is a very short paragraph and could be the whole topic of a book. Luckily, I know a guy who's written a few. So, jumping in right from the beginning. If you're going to do a Kickstarter and you're thinking about doing this ongoing Patreon piece, there's two things that I would say you need to figure out at the beginning. Is this something that you're doing for fun, or is this something you're trying to turn into a business? Would be the first one. If it's for fun, just have at it, do whatever you want. If you're trying to make this into a business, then that is going to take a lot of planning and prep in order to do this. If you're planning to do this, are you comfortable with devoting a lot of time and effort into something that may or may not be successful? This is the last project I ran on Kickstarter. Raised $92,000 and had 1,800 backers. It took a crap load of work to build this book and all of the things that go into this, getting the artwork, and that's only the stuff that goes into making the product. But in order to get here, you have to build a huge community that's interested in whatever it is you're making and bring them with you. The crowdfunding platform will definitely provide some people, but it's not going to provide very much. My rough estimate breakdown would be 50% of the people you're going to get are people you already have. So this would be people you're picking up from other communities, your friends, your family. Maybe you're running ads to bring in people, whatever it might be. You're going to bring 50% of them. And then you'll have 30% that come from the platforms, and then you'll have maybe another 20% that come from other things. You could make something out there that has your name on it, that you put a lot of time and effort in, and is beautiful, and you love it. That's fantastic. If you want it to be a business, though, that's when you really got to start dialing in on the prep to get here. It's kind of like painting. If you just slap paint against something, it's not going to look very good because you didn't do the work required to make that surface pristine and ready to accept that paint. So jumping back over this question, what they need to do on Kickstarter and Patreon. So first up, you need to build that community, whether you're doing that through ads, whether you're doing that through Reddit posts, whether you're doing that through dropping cool stuff on Instagram or Facebook or whatever means you have of accessing as many people as you have. That's what you want to do. I would recommend, there's a video I put together on kind of the steps that I did to do this. It doesn't directly talk about some of these, like the art pieces here, but the general idea is you need to make something that people value. And so ideally, you're going to have to give it away for free to start and use that as a lead magnet so people see that it's cool, like it, join your community. You then build up a Discord server or a Patreon or whatever it might be. I would actually inverse those and try to build Patreon first so you have some people that like what you're doing and can give you much more targeted feedback so that you can then launch a full-blown project. The next piece in here that we can unpack is graphics. So where to get stuff. I pulled up a couple links here. So Fiverr is not a bad place to go to start. I've actually found a couple artists here that were fantastic that I worked with. You're going to want to be careful that these are actually real people. So like, to me, this one looks like AI art just looking at it. And you also have to figure out, kind of going back to your first question, is this a passion project where it'd just be fun to build something? Or do you want to have this be professional, A-tier quality material, in which case the art's going to be extremely expensive? Another option that I've used is I've gone to a site like ArtStation, and I will search for whatever it is I'm looking for, and then try to find someone who's made something similar to that, and is like, this is awesome, I'm going to contact that artist. So in this case, this is a cool looking dragon. All right, this is a cool scene, I dig it. I could go ahead and contact this individual, Billy Christian here, and see like, hey, what does your rate sheet look like? Are you in my budget? Based on the quality here, this is probably going to be a pretty high priced piece, but you never know. Some people are just breaking in and they're looking to try to build out their resume. Some people are just doing this for fun in their free time. So you might find all kinds of people. DeviantArt is another option. So just looking through here, you can see like, oh, maybe you, I don't know, maybe you really like this piece. And so you want to go ahead and build out that one as well. Another option is social media. So here I've just done a search for the fantasy artwork hashtag, and this will bring up all kinds of different pictures, some of which might be good, some of which might be something that's not of the genre you're looking for. You can play around with the tags, try to get those to be exactly what it is you want, and then just find something and move on contacting that illustrator and see if you can go from there. Those are a few options on how to find artists. Another option you can do Drive-Through RPG has these art packs. DM's Guild probably has some as well. I haven't done much digging over there, but you can come in here and it's like, oh, I want to pick up this particular elf for $2. So if you want unique individual pieces, it's going to be substantially more expensive. I would budget that you're going to have approximately 20% of your book will be illustrations. There's a huge range here, so without knowing too much about what this person's looking for their Kickstarter and that cartography assignment they've got, decent budget would just be expecting it's going to be pretty substantial for a custom built book with having custom art for that. I hope this answers that question. If you've got more follow-up that you're interested in, feel free to reach out to me. Recap here, if you're going to do any sort of project in this space, I would build that community first. I would use a lead magnet to start gathering that community. So put something together, give it away for free, start collecting email addresses. Once you started to get some people, you can also set up a page to start letting people naturally come through. So this is my next project. I haven't officially announced this to my email list yet. So if you see it, congratulations, you're early. Got the page here that'll collect people from people searching on Kickstarter, and I also have somewhere to send them. So figuring out what your infrastructure is going to look like, where if I get a lead, what do I do with them? How do I keep them engaged? I would start out with, you need somewhere to send them, and most of the crowdfunding platforms, since you said Kickstarter specifically, I know they have that promotion page. You can send them there. They can get notified when you launch. And that way, at least you have a place to connect them, and then Kickstarter will send out when you have an update for the project launch. Hope this was super helpful. If anyone has any other questions, feel free to drop them, and I will do my best to get to those. All right, take care, everyone.